Americans abroad update. In Italy, Pulisic came on as a halftime sub after being rested after their Europa League match and had an assist to make it 2-1 and then an absolute banger to make it 2-2. They went on to lose 4-2, but his cameo when he came on at halftime was amazing. Musa also came on as an 83rd minute sub as he started in midweek as well with Pulisic. Weston McKennie started and played all 90 in Juve's 2-2 draw, and Weah came on as an 82nd minute sub. In England, Tim Ream and Anthony Robinson both started for Fulham in their 2-1 loss to Villa, with Robinson picking up the assist on their goal. He seems and continues to be in his best form of his career, which is really good for him. Matt Turner is now solidified as the backup for Forest. He has not started in a couple games, and Gio Reyna was also an unused sub for them, which is the exact opposite of what we were looking for when Gio Reyna got his move. Chris Richards started and played the full 90 at center back in Palace's 1-1 draw, which is great because he's been playing right back, the 6, which is a good thing and a bad thing, but I think him playing center back and getting reps there is the best thing for the Americans. In France, Balogun is back and got the start from Monaco in their 2-1 loss. He continues to not play entirely well. In Germany, Pefok and Scally both started for Mönchengladbach in their 2-0 loss to Leipzig. And Brendan Aronson got his first goal for Union Berlin this season in their 1-0 win against Hoffenheim. Him getting a little confidence would be good.
I was such a believer in him,
because he's to be able to bring him on and his versatility of where he can play, I think would be big. In Netherlands, the boys are continuing to eat, the PSV boys. Pepe picked up a goal midweek. Tillman had an assist and more solid performances from Serginho Dest. Taylor Booth picked up 2 goals in the Dutch league as well. He's on fire. He played his brother, which was really cool recently. And Josh Sargent and Haji Wright both scoring goals in the championship. And all of a sudden, there's a question about who the number 9 is for the U.S. So I've been seeing a lot of discourse about this because Josh Sargent is actually in really, really good form. Pefok isn't in great form, but he's starting almost every single week for a solid Mönchengladbach side in the Bundesliga. Ricardo Pepi isn't starting, but either comes on as a sub or plays as a second striker with De Jong in that PSV side. And Balogun just got back into the Monaco side, but he's not playing well at all. And all of a sudden, there's a large controversy about who the number 9 is for the U.S.
I think with Josh Sargent is I just can't keep going down the Josh Sargent road. He's not good.
Right.
He's not. I'm sorry. He's not good. He's been good at Norwich at times. He was good in the Bundesliga at times. But, he's not consistently good. He doesn't really add a whole lot when he's not scoring. That's my thing with Balogun. I know he's struggling right now, and have you seen the Monaco fans memeing him on Twitter?
I haven't, actually.
It's ugly.
Okay. Well, they spent a lot of money on him.
Well, we did all this to convince Balogun to be our number 9. We can't, not.
No, I agree. Balogun should stick as the number 9, and we should stick with him through thick and thin.
And then Ricardo Pepi is my second favorite option. I think Ricardo Pepi is incredible. I'm a big fan of him. I think he prematurely moved to the Bundesliga, which I think has been a big issue for a lot of Americans. They're in such a rush to get out of the MLS that they don't necessarily make the right step in their career. I would love to see the MLS use the Eredivisie as a stepping stone instead of trying to compete with the Eredivisie as a developmental league. There's a lot of discourse about how the MLS is trying to follow the Eredivisie's path to being a developmental league for the Europe's big leagues. We're not that far along. The American Soccer Federation, or the U.S. Soccer Federation, is always trying to take a step too fast.
Right.
Whereas it's
lack of patience seems to be a theme of today's episode.
It really is. It's okay, we're finally somewhat competitive as a country, truly in the world in terms of soccer.
Yes.
Let's now develop this league as a developmental league. We'll continue to get good young players from South America to come to our league. Those players will go over to Europe's smaller leagues, and then they'll make the step.
Yeah.
And then in 5-10 years, if we can become a true developmental league for the Europe's top 5 leagues, we will. But it doesn't need to be such a rush. And if Pepe was willing to stay in the MLS for another year, then go to PSV instead of wasting 18 months at Augsburg and wherever else he was in Germany, not playing, not scoring, being in sides who are having 30% possession, barely touching the ball.
All you're doing is
you're just an isolated striker. It's pointless. I would rather have him go play in League One in England in the 3rd division, where he could potentially be on a side who's dominating possession. There are good teams in League One. I unfortunately watch a lot of League One. And there are good teams in League One that play good football. And I think
you look at Miles Robinson, who just he was linked with a ton of clubs in Europe. He went to FC Cincinnati, and who knows if that'll be a good thing or a bad thing for his career, but I think Miles Robinson is probably a starting
look at
center
Austin
back.
Trusty. He went to Arsenal, but the plan was always he's going to go to Arsenal, immediately go on loan.
Yeah.
He went on loan to Birmingham. He was great. And now he's playing every week in the Premier League. And,
for one of the worst Premier League teams maybe ever.
These are the worst bottom 3 in the history of the Premier League.
Well, it's only a bottom 2. Luton has actually been competitive.
They're competitive, but they're awful. Their squad's worth like $7 million.
Sheffield United is
Burnley's awful too.
Sheffield, they are a tough watch.
Both those two teams are a tough watch.
At least Burnley with company, it looks like they're trying to do something.
The guy wears a suit with a baseball hat. That's a bad sign. It's really not a good look.
Yeah, that's a tough look. Oh, and last thing I didn't include, Tyler Adams completed his final fitness test, whatever that means.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. He will be at training for Bournemouth, which is huge because they're actually playing good football.
They're great.
If he gets healthy, I assume he'll be included in that squad. And having Yunus Musa is now starting. He's not an every week shoe-in to start, but he's starting a lot more for Milan. McKennie starts every single match and plays all 90. The midfield is getting really good minutes. Tillman starts every single match for PSV.
Bro, Tillman needs
and
to
his
be in
goal
the
involvements,
for the U.S. team. He is the best player we have.
Gio Reyna, he made the right move by trying to go somewhere and get minutes. He's not getting minutes.
It's not
and with the way Tillman's playing, he's not starting. And with his relationship with Berhalter, it'll be interesting to see how that whole situation goes.
And there's a chance Gio Reyna does not make the squad.
No.
There's a chance.
No.
If he does not play the rest of the season, Berhalter will not choose him. He won't. And honestly, I would respect that decision.
So?
I would respect that decision. From what I'm reading, Gio Reyna is a nightmare in training. He does not try hard. He does not work hard. He does not listen. He's a fucking spoiled brat, and I'm fed up. I'm fucking fed up, honestly. It's fucking
We're
annoying.
not at the point. We're not France, who had the luxury of not having Benzema, being fine without Benzema in their squad. We need every good player we can get.
But he didn't play at the last World Cup anyway. Who fucking cares? If he's not going to play, don't bring him.
If he's not going to play, as good because of it.
If he's not going to play, don't bring him. If he's not going to play, don't bring him.
Or it's a chance to show, if I'm not playing, I'll show that I'm committed to the squad.
But there's nothing showing that he will ever.
No, but it's a good time to take that L if he doesn't commit to the squad, and then if he doesn't play and doesn't improve his attitude, then you actually don't bring him to the world. You don't play him at the World Cup.
I'm just kind of trying to reverse jinx him, honestly.
I'm down for that. He
is the key.
He's
to
a
our
top
success.
3 player. I think he's top 3 talent of the U.S. national team when they're at their best.
Yeah, Pulisic, Balogun, and him are the 3 most talented.
I think it's Balogun. I think McKennie's fantastic.
I think McKennie's fantastic, but I think his profile is more replaceable than.
I think we have.
I think
what's insane is I actually think, and I don't think this is an overreaction, I think we have a stacked midfield.
Yeah, we do. They're very young. People forget Yunus Musa is still 21 years old.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's.
These guys still need to grow.
These guys are going to be. We could be a problem in the World Cup.
God, I hope. Please.
With Klopp at the helm, we could be.
With Klopp at the helm and Mourinho as his assistant and, and Wenger and pulling the strings.
Conte as the goalkeepers coach.
Yeah, it's gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
We need a goalie bad and fast.
Yeah, so Zach Steffen's starting at Rapids this year.
Oh, great.
I mean, at least he's getting minutes.
At least
he hasn't gotten minutes for 6
Rapids.
consecutive years.
That's huge news.
He's been a backup everywhere he's gone for 6 straight years.
Yeah, it's not a good
because Turner's
situation.
cooked.
I mean, Ethan Horvath.
What is he? Bruges? Club Bruges?
No, he's in England somewhere. Maybe at Borough.
Oh, is he? I thought he was at. Did I make that up?
He was at Bruges.
Oh, okay.
I think he left.
All
Anyways,
right. Enough yapping about the potential 2026 World Cup champions. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button.
Too.
He's at Nottingham Forest also. Oh no.